All right. Um, well, folks, excuse me for not being there. I've got this delicious cocktail of a cold, asthma, and allergies going on, so
Oh, boy.
I'm feeling pretty lousy. So I'm going to need your help kind of running this meeting. So you're going to notice things and see things that I won't. So just pitch in as necessary. Um,
Thank you for not sharing whatever it is that's bugging
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
here.
The we have three items now for the executive session. So let's move as expeditiously as we can so we have some time to spend there. So I don't any cha suggested changes to the meeting agenda. No.
One small item, Gail, did you want to add something regarding Ledge's planning, or do we want to wait until the next meeting?
I think wait till the next meeting because he said he'd have a price by then.
Oh, sounds like progress.
Yeah, little
Yeah,
progress.
good.
Setting the appetite.
All right. Well, I don't see any members of the public here, so we can move on to the minutes of the April meeting.
I'll move that we accept the minutes as drafted.
I'll second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye. Okay.
one small typo, which I told Gail about.
Yeah. I think that's been fixed, Leo. Reducing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, where was it?
Last
Reducing is spelled
paragraph.
wrong in the someplace.
Last
Okay.
paragraph.
I'll go through it again.
But yeah, I think I changed it in the minutes
Oh,
sent
okay.
around. So
Okay. No,
So I heard back from Rebecca Deal, and she's kind of reluctant to join the commission at this time because of her kind of work and family schedule with little kids. She said she was interested in joining and perhaps, in a few years. She did ask if we had a part-time membership opening. Um, I did write back to her and said, if there's some um, commission projects, that you're interested in, we're all, we could find a place to use her talents there. So, we'll hear back from her soon.
Bruno.
Hey, Bruno.
Okay.
I did get a email a little while ago from Carrie Dolan, and she said she would be interested in talking about being a member of the commission.
that would be good. She was a member for, I think, 2 or 3 months, way
Oh, yeah.
back, before she went into something else, politics, but yeah. I'm quite sure she was on for a very brief time,
Right.
Oh, really? Okay.
and she would be fine to,
Yeah. So would you like me to kind of reach out to her and invite her to a meeting?
be.
Yeah, I think that would be appropriate.
Okay.
I feel like she either jumped off to be on the select board
Yep.
or is that what it was? Yeah.
That's it.
It's really
Okay.
She knew what we did.
Making sure for office.
She
That's right. Then she
contacted,
ran for the legislator right after that. So,
right,
Correct.
she
yeah.
contacted you, Kurt,
Yes.
long ago.
Um, about maybe 3 weeks.
Okay. All right,
Great.
Super.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can follow
I think Kurt was gonna ask her to come to one of our meetings, Leo.
up. Yeah.
All right. Scrag, trail work and phase two
Sure.
work.
I can
James.
cut some time off the agenda. I don't think I need 20 minutes tonight. we received I'll start with the most exciting news is we got the new trail markers in. Woo!
Yeah.
And Bruno, you don't have one yet, do you?
I don't
I don't have a yellow one, but I have an orange or a white one for you.
I have something to be proud of it.
So we have 500 of each. They just came in a few weeks ago, and I think we've already pushed Steve for payment, which is great. I spoke with Zach Freeman of Apex Trail Works, who's doing phase 2 construction, and he is ready to go in early June, maybe 2 weeks out. I'd be fine if you wanted to wait another week or so. I personally haven't been up there yet, but I did talk to a friend who hiked up there Sunday and Monday morning, and she said it was still a little wet in spots. So might be good for giving it a week or two to have things drain out.
The leaves are out now too.
Yeah, the leaves are out, so that's going to really start help.
Yeah.
It's been windy, which is great. We just,
Yeah.
needs.
Is he waiting for, is the project waiting for us?
Oh, no,
to stay
no,
started?
he's got 7 going on this summer. He's just gonna wrap up one job and then come here. I'm gonna get up there this weekend though. It's been on my list and just house projects and stuff have had me preoccupied all spring. I want to just double check the flagging for phase 2, make sure it's all competent. If not, just get a alignment from Mariah and we'll figure it out. That's pretty much it for an update. I mean, I don't have much because I haven't had a chance to get up there in inventory. I do understand there's probably some, typical winter damage to address, some limbs down and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was up
aware.
there last week, James, on the little spur, on the loop on phase 1 to the viewpoint.
Yeah.
There's a couple trees down there
Okay.
that I think will require a chainsaw.
All right. Like I said, it's on my list this weekend to get up there for sure. I just wanted to wait for the black flies to come out in full force. Figure it out.
Yeah, perfect.
And I mean, just another thing we can discuss later. I just wanted to float again. I just discussed this last meeting about kind of remarking the trails up there. And just, before I went ahead, I want to make sure everybody was okay with it. I can outline a more detailed plan if anybody needs it, but ideally it just involves removing the yellow diamonds. And my thought is to sign using the yellow markers from the parking lot, UICC trail out to the start of the phase 1 and then continue yellow, phase 2, phase 3. And that's the main hiking path to the summit. I think we can get away from signing the Scrag Trail or the main road down low at this point. Everybody kind of knows it's there and they're going to find it anyway, sort of thing. So, and then use other colors for other, we have one spur loop up there.
Right.
I won't do anything probably with that until later, I'll wait till they're done with phase 2 and then I'll go out and do
Yeah, makes sense.
signing project. Then Chris, you and I should sidebar at some point about what we want to do up at Blue.
Yeah, I agree that yellow is would be the featured, the best color for a featured main trail.
Yep.
And then the other colors to be used as side trails. Seems like a great plan.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of side trails and I'll once they kind of have it schemed out a little more, and then this just leads to thinking about future when we update the trail map too, once we have all the construction done. We're putting the cart way before the horse at this point. So the last thing I'll mention, and I guess we can talk about it during finances, could spend $30-40 on some aluminum nails to go along with the trail markers. I still have some from last year, but that is all I have.
Great.
Yeah.
Any questions on Scrag?
Yeah, any questions for James?
Sounds great.
Good
Thanks
work.
for
Good
Thanks for
work.
steering the boat up there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't wait to get up there. Actually, I've been kind of looking forward to it and just haven't attained it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next item, discussions with Friends of the Mad River Board and Land Trust Planning. I think at the last meeting, I noted that Gail and Hito and Carol and Andrea and I met with the staff and board of the Friends of the Mad River about needs for a kind of more permanent home for the valley-wide invasives work and the interest in a vehicle that can kind of support other tri-town initiatives. And the interest in kind of a local land trust capability. They wanted some time to kind of ponder those issues, and they got back to us a few days ago, with some proposed kind of next steps. They said they were very interested in collaborating to find, a good answer to kind of a structure for the invasives and restoration work, and that they didn't see an interest in their organization in the land trust kind of work, but they wanted to stay connected to it and be involved in the planning for it. I think which is a nice offer. So we're going to be having some meetings with, I guess, a subcommittee of some folks from Friends, to kind of work on those things. Um, so Gail, what did I miss?
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Don't
it.
have a lot of information, so yeah, we'll have a meeting in the next few weeks and um, have discussions through the summer, it sounds, before anything solid emerges.
Right, right. Yeah. Their responses, I would say, have been very thoughtful. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
encouraged. Um, we have a meeting on June 4th, with community members and some statewide people on the land trust idea. It's going to be at Flatbread. It's basically oversubscribed now, so we've got 40 people signed up to come, and great kind of representation from across the three towns and the conservation commissions, and people like Kenny Perot, Jamie Fidel, Liza Walker is really interested in helping, Kate Warner, Kyle and Lisa Koich. So I think we've got a great group of people who really care about the valley. And the idea is to kind of update them on the early thinking and invite their ideas and input. Um, so I'm kind of looking forward to it, and we'll see what emerges. George Schenk is hosting it like he does, with a nice flatbread dinner. And there are some statewide leaders coming. Mead Binhammer's going to be there. Trey Martin, who's head of conservation for VHCB. Um, Kate Warner, who works for the Trust for Public Land, is on the Warren Conservation Commission. So we got some talented, interested people coming. I think Leo's coming. I can't see Leo, but so
Man,
yeah, so we'll have a kind of a full report, kind of at our next meeting. So any questions or discussion on those two items? Well, we're moving along here. Um, the Phil asked me to share a few highlights about the Farley Park opening, which I went to. It was a delightful event. There were people from all over the country here, a lot of family members, and it was very well done event. Her former husband, Jack Byrne from Moortown, was there and was kind of like the MC. Um, so it was a lot of memories of Virginia Farley, and um, which was nice for me to learn about. And I learned a fair amount about the conservation history, in the valley. So it was very kind of educational for me. But I think people are very pleased with the park and its development, and recognizing all she meant to the valley. Um, I think Phil sent around the latest kind of schematic. It's pretty similar, I think, to what you've seen in the past. Um, I think if there's any questions, we can kind of direct those to him. You could reach out to him if you have any questions or ideas, or we could put it on the agenda for the next meeting. So, all right. Bruno, financial matters.
Um, Can I ask a question about, and I was late, what happened with Rebecca's decision? Did she join,
She's got some just concerns about giving us the time because of her occupation and young children.
okay,
But she's gonna consider a couple of years down the road, and Kurt suggested that she has any, interest in any of our specific projects, she can certainly volunteer and help out.
good, sorry, I was late, thank you.
Yeah. And then Bruno, Carrie Dolan has kind of reached out and said, she has some interest in.
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
you heard that, okay. All right,
And happy to talk to her if you need me to, so I
Okay.
know her pretty well.
great, yeah.
Okay, financial matters, so one is, I sent the, April position, doesn't reflect the two invoices that we discussed at the last meeting. The $1,800 and $35, $1,135 for the, nails. I mean, for the, sign, sorry, and then the $600.
It's a lot of nails.
And then the $600 from you and Kurt with regards to the gloves that you need to buy for the interns. So I know I submitted to both to Steve. I don't know if they got paid out yet or not. I'm sure we are within the time frame. Yeah. Reason I mentioned that is because what it does is going to bring us down to $2,127.50 left on the conservation budget for this year.
Okay.
So that's something that one is I do appreciate, I had a chance to read the minutes and I didn't vote on the minutes because I wasn't here, so I couldn't really make any vote. But the interest to donate $1,000 to the CRV work that you're doing, and there was a discussion to defer this decision to this meeting because I wasn't here, I wasn't present on the April meeting. I saw Phil email that he was supportive of the donation. One, I do really appreciate you guys giving an opportunity for me to express my voice, and I think this is whatever Misha's doing, I think it's a great thing, and I think I'm supportive of the donation for $1,000 for this specific mission here, and ultimately what's going to help the valley over a long time. So I'm in favor, and I don't know if you want to take a vote and make it official and we use it, but the reason I want to be a little more aggressive on timeline is because our fiscal year ends at the end of next month, and we need to spend 2,100
Fast.
right away. So
You will spend it to the dollar.
I do $1 because I learned my lesson once, and I gave up $2,400, so I don't want to give up any more money.
So the $1,000 was for the kind of like attitude of gratitude kind of material and video. So that was one project that I think there was general support for at our last meeting.
And then Phil raised our.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Our
I'm
ACV
sorry?
fees.
What happened, Gail?
I didn't think it was something I would vote for, but it doesn't matter if everyone else is voting for it. It sounds fine. I just $25,000 for that video seemed outrageous, and he should have found the money before doing it. It seemed crazy, but that's me. I'm more conservative financially.
We also had Phil mention the ACV fee. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Association of Conservation.
That's $50.
$50. All right, and we pay that already though?
And what about your $34 for nails?
Well, that's what I'm just trying to figure out is how much is going left over. I'll go spend it on nails if we nothing else. If we do 1,050, $107 worth of nails.
If we get a proposal from Michael next meeting, we could presumably also prepay or pay some of that for the management plan.
Like a down payment.
Yeah.
But who's talking with Michael? Because maybe the best thing for us to do is to ask him to voice us.
Yes. That's what I was thinking, because we would hopefully just get some amount of money out to him, and then we'd be able, so we may be able to pay to spend it right down to the penny for you, Bruno.
We are far away from having a contract with the proposed contractor here for that. I
You
mean,
think?
the time it took to get the contract together for surveying, you may be right, but if we're at the point where we've approved $1,000 for one thing, $1,000 for another thing, $50 for ABCC,
That's
That-
it.
then we've pretty much burned it. I mean, we're gonna prepay, how much are you thinking? $100?
Oh, I see. So we're already, I thought we still
Well,
had.
We've got two $1,000.
Yeah, what's the second one?
on the table.
I know there's the attitude of gratitude, and what was the other one's the signage for the beaver ponds.
boardwalk.
Wetlands, yeah.
And
Yeah, I don't think in the past we really hadn't made really kind of made a decision about that one.
Right, but I mean, I'm with you, Gail, on the attitude of gratitude. I think the way that came about was backwards or pushed on us, pushed on the system itself, but
Mhm.
I somewhat willingly will support it. So if we go there, or should we take a vote on that now?
Well, I mean, I was just wondering if we.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question? What am I missing here? So like, I know I was in here last meeting, there were some subtleties that I
So,
see from the minutes.
Okay, so from the minutes, basically, Misha asked us to watch the video that the Mad River Path Association had commissioned to be prepared on behalf of the CRB, I believe. Which is a video that was created in support of the attitude of gratitude movement that's coming out of the CRB. And it's 2 minutes long.
maybe three.
And the cost of it was around $25,000, and he didn't have the money for it.
Alright.
So now he's coming around asking for the money.
Oh, hello. A 3 minutes video, $25,000.
I mean, it's high production. It was a nice video. I'll give him.
Yeah, but-
And those production companies are not cheap. You know, he didn't just shoot it with his iPhone, you know, like I did
No,
on
it's
the
a
Mac.
very well produced
Yeah,
video.
I mean, I can understand how it cost $25,000, but I think he put the cart before the horse in that situation.
Right.
Um,
So
And whether or
you
not
know-
25 grand could have gone to so many other things in the valley, rather than this thing that's gonna be seen by, I don't know. It just seemed a lot of money.
well, we're kind of stuck. I mean, we've got $2,000 to get rid of, or else we're gonna have a hard time asking for it again.
So I have to
right?
respond to that attitude also. Folks, if we don't have a valid place to spend this annual funding, we are not doing the town's people a good service.
That's right.
If we're just spending money to spend money so we don't have to worry about asking for it again next year, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing.
That's fair too.
I agree. I agree.
I completely agree with you, Chris, and the only thing that makes me really nervous about it is because how the town runs the system.
Mhm.
Use or spend it, so if you don't use it, we want to take it back, so
Yeah,
if
I get
they, but if they say, hey, this is your annual budget, this is the money we have, and you continue to build on that budget, I'm good with it, but don't come up to me and tell me if you don't spend it before the end of the fiscal year, I'm gonna take the money out, then you force me to make this decision, we make it now. So,
Right, so
like-
but we can make a decision to say, well, we just didn't need all that money this year, and we'll come back again next year for $5,000 and we'll have a plan to spend it or we won't.
Well, then I'm good with that, that's a discussion we can have as a committee.
Right.
But for again, there's
But-
$2,000 donation, I didn't see the video, it's like, if you
Right.
guys, I don't think this is worth it for it, we can have this debate, and I'm gonna abstain for that vote, because like, I don't know but I will support definitely the CRV for the.
Well, and that's sort of my, if you will, attitude about the fact that I believe that the CRB is doing good work for the community. I believe the Mad River Path is also doing that, and essentially, they've chosen to spend money out of their future budget to do this because they felt it was important. And are we willing to backfill that back into their organization? That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. And so I would put that item to a table vote right now if folks are ready to do that.
Yeah,
I would just say, I wasn't here at the last meeting either, so I did not see the video or anything. I know Misha's been here on a number of different occasions, and I did read the minutes, but yeah, I think it is a little bit a cart before the horse, but one of the questions I would have had, if maybe you all know, is where is this gonna be used? And who's gonna be seeing the $25,000 spent, you know, where? Where are we publicizing this that's supposedly helping us out?
So the concept, and I'll just try to be brief here, I think I understand it. The concept is in promoting the Mad River Valley's recreational amenities around trails and hiking paths and walking paths, is the concept that we want the users that are coming from away and also users that are here to have exposure to this mantra of an attitude of gratitude that is happening because much of the trails are on private land and being used by the public. Right, and so we want to, the idea is that we want folks to be educated that they're actually walking around on private land that's planned and is at risk potentially of being lost if folks don't behave themselves. And
So
so
Chris-
there's a precedent for that with the Northeast Kingdom Trails, all right? So the Kingdom Trails lost significant trail access on about 500 acres of land because somebody said the wrong thing to the landowner at the wrong time, and they said, we're done. And they're desperately afraid of that here, which is a good.
And my question is simple, where and how are people gonna see
It's
this?
supposed to be,
Promotional.
it's gonna be promotional, it's, you know, any establishment that has a television is gonna be like Sugar Bush is gonna have it on, Lisa's Misha was saying, he's like, it's gonna be shown around the valley. At, you know, participating establishments,
Online information.
online, oh, there's a QR code, that's it, it's gonna be.
Well, I was
QR
gonna
code.
say, I was gonna say, the QR code
Yeah.
is probably one of your
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, and these, I think
Yeah.
that. was
He meant the
primary.
visitor center too, I think, will be running
Yeah,
it.
Chamber of Commerce, visitor center especially.
And the hotels and inns in the area.
And
Well, you're talking about having a film set up there or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the QR code is where somebody
Yeah,
can just.
I think
punch
he's
into
gonna
that
have
and
some
then watch-
printed materials that are
yes,
everywhere.
And watch the movie. I mean, that's one of the best ways to get this out there.
They're having a kickoff party on June 11th at Big Pick. At like 6 o'clock, and it, you know, basically watch the movie and then talk about it.
Which day was that?
I think it was June 11th, I saw the
11,
email.
yeah,
I read
June
today.
11, yeah.
If we go ahead and approve this, I'll be happy to tell Misa about our reservations about the process and the timing.
I don't think somebody should make a motion. I cannot make any motion. I wasn't here.
So are we
Okay.
ready to make a decision here?
I think so.
What's the decision? What's the question? Is
The
it
$2,000,
There's two.
1,000.
for the $1,000.
Each, there's two votes.
for both or
it's
for
1,000 for the movie and 1,000 for the,
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're asking for, we don't have to give them 1,000, we could give them 500 for each and, you know, forfeit about $1,000. I mean, we could certainly, like I said, I could spend $100 on nails and I think we could probably come up with some other small purchases over time, but.
Dennis was trying in 17.
I'm talking like local purchase, like I, you know, scan the receipt and send it to you or hand it to Steve or whatever needs to happen. No online purchases with, you know,
Well,
shipping and, yeah.
Shouldn't we have two votes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One on the movie,
Yeah.
the other on the.
Someone like to make a motion on the attitude of gratitude?
We just suggest we maybe consider whether people even want to support the motion, the actual donation before we. Like I said, I mean, are we set on $1,000? Are we gonna vote on $1,000 donation? Because some people may say, hey, you know, I'm okay with 500, not 1,000. So I would suggest we vote on whether or not we're in favor of supporting the attitude of gratitude, and then we figure out monetarily, because if not everybody's in favor of it, then. Or we just say $1,000, I don't know.
So it's my impression, and not having been a member of the CRB or the working group, that the CRB group came up with the concept of this promotional video to support their attitude of gratitude
Mhm.
movement, if you will, right?
That's correct.
And that the Mad River Path Association through Misha decided to pull the trigger on it, regardless of whether the funding was in place or not. with knowing full well he would have to go chase the funding afterward. Right, so then he started his rounds, right? We're in the rounds of folks that they're looking to help support the valley, the project. So the underlying concept is not new, right? This is not only Misha or Matt or Pat, it's CRV,
Yeah.
which our representative Bill was part of, right?
Right.
So out of respect for that and respect for that process, I think it does behoove us to support it in some way. That would be my opinion. Whether 1,000 is the number or 2,000 is the number or 500 or $20 that's the question. Right.
One other, I guess, financial possibility throw in the ring. This month or next month, we're likely to uncover the smothering site at LaRue Swim Hole, and plant that area in grass so it can be mowed. And I was thinking it would be nice to have, to plant some little larger kind of native trees in that area. To make it really look nice and just increase the kind of little canopy cover there. So I've asked York if the town has any money, in like the LaRue budget that we might tap. But I think that's another potential expenditure.
I'd rather spend it on trees.
Yeah.
So is there any way then, first of all, can we plant those trees now? Is this a season? I mean, I don't know. I mean, just because, yes, okay.
It's good to get trees in fairly soon. Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case, then let's connect with Interville and then get that order in and try to get it in.
We
Yeah,
can
they
even
don't
get them,
sell large trees, Bruno. They
but
just sell bare root, basically. I did stop by Mad Tree, the nursery right on the corner of 17 and 100. So I know they provided some trees at reduced price, I think, for Friends of the Mad River.
but Cloudwater Farm also has trees.
What are we
Mhm.
talking, how much ballpark are we thinking
Yeah.
for 4 or 5
Yeah.
large or 2, 3 inch caliper trees? I'm guessing that's what you're thinking, 2, 3 inch caliper.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
any prices.
That would be, yeah, you'd want something that large,
Yeah.
essentially.
Well, to move things along here a little bit, but there's another idea for something that seems really appropriate for what we're doing to get, have some money for trees. I was willing to, even though I think it's a little bit belated for coming in, spending the money, then coming in and asking for it, to give something for the gratitude for attitude. So there's another, and then I guess there's some money for the wetlands. So that was what, Leo, $1,000 that they wanted for that?
That's what we talked about. I think it was more than that, but,
No, I think he was asking for 500 or 1,000, and
it's up to us. what we
Yeah.
wanna do.
another option is to do the attitude of gratitude for $1,000, and then we've got the nails and AVCC, and then use the balance for trees.
But then what about the wetland, Leo's wetland thing?
You do 500 for attitude of gratitude, 500 for wetlands, 1,000
Yeah.
earmark for trees, $50, and that leaves us $107. I can spend half of that on nails. And
Sounds
then we're
good.
like,
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
much rather support restoration of property than, I mean, I appreciate the attitude of gratitude movement. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's just the process was not well thought out.
Yeah.
So Bruno, if we did 500 and 500 in nails, what would we have left?
I mean,
1,100 was 77.
Okay, so we could get a few tree,
Oh,
Then you take $50 out for the
ABCC.
ABCC.
so you're into, under $1,000, but.
yeah. Gail, maybe you and I could, look at the Cloud Place and the the Mad Tree
Yeah.
Nursery and see what they've got?
Yeah.
Some thrift shopping, get $1,000.
Do we know?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this, guys, those two suppliers of
Trees.
2-inch caliper trees, if you wanna call it. Do we ask them, well, I'm pretty sure Mad Trees does install, but I don't know if Cloudwater does install, right? Do we,
Cloudwater helped install and they were willing to do it for some black walnuts over behind the elementary school. And there's also, what's the place up in Moortown? There are several places that have trees. So we could that I don't think there's going to be a problem with
Yeah.
the
I
Brian.
wouldn't mind having the interns do some tree planting too,
Yeah.
have some experience with the kind of restoration kind of cycle.
the point I'm making here is, do we just hire the tree to be planted where we want it planted versus a tree being delivered there and then a bunch of interns planting it? How do we want to play it? That's the question.
How about if you let Gail and I figure that out?
Yeah, if we budget for the trees, then we can budget in, if Joe would plant it for us and throw in the labor, whatever. Well, we can, if we have a budget, we stick with the budget, which is my problem with the
Right.
the video.
Great.
Okay.
You have $1,000 and 1,027 to spend, so
Okay,
that's $1,000.
All right, well, let's spend the first.
Can we have a motion, please? Because we need to have a motion to vote for those specific things, so.
We have a few motions to make here.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right, so I'll make the motion that we provide $500 worth of funding toward the Attitude of Gratitude production to the Mad River Path Association in this fiscal year from our operating funds.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
I'll make a motion that we provide $500 in funding to the wetland signage project that is hosted by who's this?
Mad River Path.
By the Mad River Path. Funds coming from our fiscal year operating funds.
Current fiscal.
Per fiscal year.
I'd second that.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I will make the motion that we instruct the treasurer to pay our annual AVCC, Association of Vermont Conservation Commission dues out of the current year operating funds, $50.
We think we believe it's $50, so I don't know if it's an increase or not, but that's okay, whatever is the fee, I believe it's
$50 plus or minus.
Plus or minus.
Yeah.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we're just there, but this board here bringing us a total balance left for the current fiscal year, it's $1,027.50.
so we have one.
Anything else?
We have to have a motion for $34.
No, we have to have a motion for $1,000. I'll make a motion that we provide a $1,000 budget out of our current fiscal year operating funds for trees to be planted at LaRue as part of knotweed eradication restoration efforts.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, how much do I have left for nails? I probably don't even have enough left for nails now.
$27.50.
$27.50. I think the last time it was like $34 for a box.
Far along with nails.
I think the last box, 1,000 count, was like $34. You can look that up, man.
We can,
I'll chip in a few dollars for some.
we can find it in the other funds.
I've also got plenty left though. I mean, I probably
Yeah.
only used 300 last year, if that, 200 out of 1,000, so.
All right.
All right.
I love the solution that we came up with here
Yeah.
with the tree planting. I think
That
that's
was
great.
great.
However, please do plan to put wire around those trees.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I will.
No beavers.
That was my
Protection, whatever.
recommendation. They planted a really nice maple for the Farley Park and there was no wire around it. So I told Phil, get on
Oh,
it.
boy.
You should know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll personally install the wire, Chris.
Thank you.
So CRV, MRVP, and then the level farm planting trees. 1,500.
Yeah, the two 500s both go to the Mad River Path, I believe,
Okay.
because one is for the CRV Attitude of Gratitude production and the other is for the wetlands boardwalk educational panels.
Okay. All right.
I'll do that.
Bruno, any other money matters?
Everything else that we see here is just, is for the, any interest reflected on the, each of the accounts. So, and all the accounts, they were pretty much aligned where we need to have. Just as a reminder, Scrag Mountains, we have, 45 left on Scrag. Plus we have another 15,000 for the upper side of it, which was granted. And then, only we have for Farley, which is, I know we started to think about spending some money, we have 43,000 left on Farley.
Wow.
43,000.
Mhm.
We're holding the donated.
Oh, right. I was like, wait, how do we get that much?
No,
Thank
that's,
you.
that's.
No, yeah, no,
It's
thank
over
you.
here, and then we have.
It's not our money.
So
Holding
those,
dispersing.
Right.
those are for future expenditures
Holding.
on that part?
Yeah, I did, that Curtin mentioned that, you know, the. Phil sent an email with the
Okay.
updated project.
Yeah,
Is,
Phil has shared several times, like kind of landscape architect design. I think the next expense is going to be parking, I think. There's a sign there now. So they've expended some money that hasn't just shown up as invoices yet.
Oh, okay.
So, I put the roundtable topic on the agenda in case anyone has something they'd like to share with the full group. Questions or ideas or anything that's on your mind. Okay. Other business, our next meeting is June 17th. Leo has an update on the EAB plan. Leo?
Yes, in accordance with several months ago, a request from Kurt, I wrote up a management, actually a response plan for Emerald Ash Borer. Five of us were involved: Kurt, Brian Shoup, Charlie Hosford, York, the administrator, and myself. It's 5 pages. It covers the background of how EAB got into this country and what it's done. It talks a little bit about reproductive cycles of the beetle and more so about the ash. It also points out that some ash trees survive the insects attack. These are genetic traits which so far are not well understood. But I make, the group of us, 5 of us, make recommendations on roadside treatment strategies. One for Main Street right here in the village, and the other for all the other town roads. It was, the 5 of us finished our draft over the weekend or last Friday. I sent it out, well, York sent it out to Joanne Garton from Forest Parks and Recreation. She's a urban forestry expert on this little green bug, along with other talent. And a copy also went to Caitlin Cusack from Vermont Land Trust. I got back, I received back comments from Joanne today. I expect Caitlin will provide something in the next few days. Where we go from there, I'm not quite sure, but I assume I incorporate the comments and we have a plan. One thing I did on my own, which is probably much different from what people would expect. People talk about applying insecticides to save the trees, including here on Main Street. My thought, thinking way out in the future, is that the only trees that are going to survive this insect attack are those that are genetically resistant. And because of that, we ought to foreclose or at least tone down insecticide treatments in favor of just wait and watch.
Natural selection.
See what happens. Certainly on roadside trees, cut trees as soon as they're infested for safety purposes. But all the rest of them leave. And it's people tend to take shorter time period viewpoints on this. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to be involved beyond this. Kurt, I'd like to send out what I received to everybody, and you can read it and see what you think of it. It's not cast in stone. If you don't like what I said, feel free to speak up.
Leo, Leo, I
Yes.
have two questions. The first, is there ever any evidence that the insect of the insect moving through the certain stands and then vacating the area? You remember those web moths that absolutely devastated huge swaths of trees, but then the population decreased because the food source decreased, and then the trees recovered. Is there anything like that? Is there any evidence of that in the literature on emerald ash borers?
Not that I know of, although it's been in this country since 2006.
Is a
I
short amount of time, really.
short amount of time, and everybody's still learning from this. I haven't seen any results of research on population levels. I would assume that initially the population surges and then declines, but ash can live for 100 years. You can have reproduction that's 2 feet tall today, and you won't know what happens to that for at least 15, maybe 20 years when it's barely big enough to be attacked. So there's much to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second question.
My second question is, was there any evidence of fertilizing the trees that are genetically predisposed to push off this, to strengthen them, and to, I know for some diseases like the beech leaf disease, they're doing fertilizing for some specimen trees to try to strengthen the tree. Is there anything about that for the village trees?
I haven't seen anything.
Nothing, yeah.
I think there's a lot of research yet to be developed
Yeah.
about this because it's relatively new and there's a huge food supply for in the whole eastern part of the country. So
Yeah.
much to learn.
Thank you.
Is this plan, Leo, to be presented to the select board and approved as the plan for the town to handle this situation?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
nobody's said that, but I hope it becomes a basis for some kind of rational policy
Right, all right, yeah.
on how the town is going to respond. to
So at some point in time, you're gonna have a final version and you're gonna present it to the town.
to the select board.
Yeah, okay.
So, but do we want the commission to support that? That comes from the commission, I assume, right? There's a commission recommendation, how we envision, I mean, we don't need to resolve the issue today, we're just trying to understand what's the process.
I don't know, Brian Shoup is on this little group.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect, then
that's
ask,
not really one of our specific projects,
Right.
so I don't think that we need to make a formal recommendation to push it forward to the select board.
Right, I would offer this thought. Oh, Kurt's trying to talk. Sorry, Kurt, you're muted.
Yeah, one element of the plan is that the Conservation Commission develops a plan for ash trees in the town forests.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will have a charge.
we have a charge to do so.
Yeah,
Right.
So the other, what I was gonna offer is that my understanding would be that. The management plan for ash management in the face of EAB. As developed and then adopted by the select board would essentially be the guiding document for actions taken by the tree ward, the town tree ward. Right, that would be the document that the tree warden could rely on
Yeah.
as backup for his or her recommendations for specific treatments to
yeah,
trees along certain roads or even specific trees.
yeah,
Right, so
Yeah.
the tree warden needs the backup of this type of planning,
yes.
right? To be able to do their job
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah.
Right, so I think that's really where
So
the
that
foundation of
that covers the roads and the tree warden covers everything?
Tree warden covers, what the select board requires, but certainly within any road right of way.
Okay.
But it sounds like there's a component of this plan that puts us in charge of a plan for managing the AAB
Yeah,
on
I mean,
town-owned
I guess it's gonna be,
properties.
to the extent that we have any authority, at least on the property that we manage.
Right.
That presumably we'd be, well, it'd have to be a little bit of a different plan, we aren't gonna go up and.
I think our plan should be Leo's plan, which is sit back and wait and watch.
Yeah, well,
Let
I
Mother
mean,
Nature take
it's-
its course.
Yeah.
This is the middle of the woods, it's not like you're gonna have a 600 pound, limb land on somebody's car when they're driving by.
Right.
The liability component, I think, is really what's driving the tree warden's responsibilities.
consider the concept of adaptive management, right? We will learn more as time goes by, we may need to adapt the plan.
Yeah.
And, yeah, obviously, there's gonna be different language and strategies for forest land versus
Urban forest.
urban
Right, exactly.
street trees.
Yeah.
Right, but I would like to think that when we get the Blue Ledges management plan underway, there will be portions of this will be incorporated. Yeah, certainly it would be a reference if it's created by that point.
Yeah.
That document would be a reference
Yeah.
in our management plan.
Yeah.
Does that all make sense?
All right. So Leo, you're going to send it around to everybody?
I will email it tonight or tomorrow.
Great. Great. Okay.
Did you say you're waiting for Caitlin to comment first?
Well, no,
Okay.
I think I'll just send it to you folks
Okay.
and whatever she says, I'll send that to you too.
Well, thanks for your efforts.
Yes, thanks, Leo.
Yeah, it's been a learning process.
Yeah.
I bet, it sounds like you got to do some good research.
Yeah.
I cannot make,
Any other,
I cannot make the June 17 meeting, sorry, I already have a commitment that evening.
okay. Any other business? All right, how about a motion to go into executive session?
Hold on, there's one lingering item. We touched on it earlier, Gail and I have both touched on it. We do have another potential contractor for the Woo Ledges RFP for the management plan, and so I actually saw Michael, it's Michael Brown from Birdside Forestry,
Yeah, yeah.
Moortown. And I saw Michael on Friday, talked to him more about the project. He thought he might swing into one of our meetings. I wouldn't have been surprised to see him here tonight.
His daughter had softball tonight.
So, the good news is he's interested, and we talked about it a little bit more. Gail and I had a little back and forth about, to answer some of his questions over email. Some of that got fleshed out in person on Friday when I saw him. But it's encouraging that he's interested.
Yeah.
Right.
He was mostly, I think a lot of the folks were concerned about what level of public engagement and, how long does a session go? How many times are we meeting the public, that kind of thing. So I think we got all on the same page there. So we're good. So hopefully he'll
Good.
put something together for us for the next meeting. That would be great.
Terrific.
Chris, I think you pushed him over the edge on Friday. That's what the email indicated.
I pushed him over the edge towards the good. Oh,
Towards the
okay. Because I have a way of having the other.
It was a persuasive Chris showed up.
That's good.
All right. A motion to go into executive session.
Second,
I will make the motion.
Okay,
I'll second.
second. All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, the Conservation Commission came out of executive session at 8:04 with no actions taken.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye. We're 5 minutes
Take-
early.
Woo, take
So
care,
you're not gonna
internet
be at the
land.
next meeting? Oh, in July.
Bye, guys.
Yes, sorry I couldn't be with you.
No worries, feel better, Kurt.
Feel better, Kurt?
Someone's putting you in
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah.